know, by the end of the week, so was I.
If you want to see photos of Susan's week-long adventure, go to our website. It's a terrific gallery of hunting, flooded rivers, and a video clip.
It seems like it might be a wild weekend for some people, so keep warm and have a great week. Bye.
Bye now.
Thanks, Carol. Thanks, Duncan. Late edition after this. RNZ News at 10. Kia ora. I'm Brian Crump with a 15-minute roundup of news from throughout the country and around the world. The headlines: Hillary Clinton sets out her stall. Kevin Rudd shuts up shop. And should investors be wary of banks' advice? Hillary Clinton has told thousands of Democratic Party delegates the United States is in a moment of reckoning. Mrs. Clinton formally accepted the party's presidential nomination in Philadelphia today. Our correspondent, Simon Marks, was there for her speech.
It was the speech of Hillary Clinton's lifetime, an opportunity to tell the delegates that, yes, she will face off against Donald Trump this November.
It is with humility, determination, and boundless confidence in America's promise that I accept your nomination.
She said her primary job as president will be the creation of fresh opportunities for Americans of all backgrounds. And she insisted that, unlike her opponent, she has a detailed, substantive plan to make it happen.
Imagine him in the Oval Office facing a real crisis. A man you can bait with a tweet is not a man we can trust with nuclear weapons.
But there was one rhetorical problem with the speech. Hillary Clinton all but conceded she's reinventing herself to voters that she said don't know what to make of me. That's a high-stakes gamble given her political career, and the party can only hope it pays off.
Simon Marks with that report. The former Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd has withdrawn his candidacy to be the next UN Secretary-General. His office said this evening he would not continue with his candidacy, following an announcement this afternoon that the Australian government would not support it. The Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, made the announcement.
The threshold question is, do we believe the person, the nominee, would-be nominee, is well suited for that position? My judgment is that Mr. Rudd is not.
Malcolm Turnbull says the decision is not a partisan one. He says he has explained his reasons to Mr. Rudd, but will not share them publicly. With more on Mr. Rudd's reaction, here's the ABC's Stephen Jedgetts.
In a statement, Mr. Rudd says it's a pity the government hasn't supported him, pointing out that the Hawke and Howard governments previously backed Malcolm Fraser and Gareth Evans respectively for international positions. He also says he took a plane to Sydney this morning to meet with Malcolm Turnbull, but was given the news by phone instead.
Stephen Jedgetts reporting. An independent financial advisor has criticised the Financial Markets Authority for not going far enough to protect investors. The Bay of Plenty-based advisor, Brent Shiva, says proposed new rules let banks off too lightly. Our reporter, Brent Edwards, has more.
The Financial Markets Authority has put out a draft set of guidelines on good conduct standards for finance companies and the people who work for them. But Brent Shiva says they won't stop banks just selling their own products to investors, even if better investment products are available elsewhere.
They'll use other products as well, but they will put a substantial portion of your money into their own products. And that's because vertically integrated businesses can make more money by selling their own products than they can by selling other people's products.
Mr. Shiva says overseas banks have been fined for selling their own products to clients. But Karen Scott Hammond from the Brokers Association says it's clear to people what they get when they go to a bank.
When you walk in the door of the bank, there's a sort of an expectation that you'll probably be getting bank products unless you ask for something different. And it's a pretty competitive market, so you can always walk next door.
Karen Scott Hammond says New Zealand's system is transparent and works well. This is Brent Edwards.
A fresh attempt will be made next week to find clues to the collapse of the CTV building in Christchurch. 115 people died when the six-storey building collapsed in the February 2011 earthquake. So far, no one has been held accountable. On Monday, 8 trenches will be dug around the area where the South and North Wales walls once stood, so the foundations can be examined. The police are bringing in soil specialists and engineers to do the work. It was announced last month that the police investigation had been completed and the case was about to be handed to the Crown solicitor for a decision on whether charges could be laid. The inquiry head, Detective Superintendent Peter Reid, says that decision is expected later this year. The Supreme Court has cleared the way for the Education Ministry to take Carter Holt Harvey to court over leaky school buildings. The court today published a decision dismissing the building company's attempt to strike out key aspects of the ministry's claims. Our education correspondent John Gerritsen reports.
The ministry wants to sue Carter Holt Harvey for negligence related to the shadow-clad building product, which it alleges is defective. The building company's been trying to get some of the ministry's case struck out. First in the Supreme Court, then the appeal court, where it had some